So let's talk about inheritance now. So we define the object, we define the classes, we define the objects, and and you are aware, okay, why, what is the purpose of having this in it, and you can have multiple other things there. So let me simply delete all those things, and what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to create a child object. So how to create a child object, or how, or what is inheritance? So we'll come to know. So we know we already have things for loan applicants. Now my loan applicant is for there is a business person who is applying. So business loan applicant, or car loan applicant, or home loan applicant. There might be different kinds of loans, right? So let me do for a business loan applicant. So I need to create a class which is a business, the person is applying for business loan. So all these features will be used there, because even a loan applicant is a loan applicant. Only difference is it's a business or home or whatever. There might be few fields which we are supposed to handle when somebody is applying for business loan, and there might be few additional fields when somebody is applying for home loan. So all those features, these are the common features for all kind of or types of loan. That's the reason we created a class loan applicant. Let's create a class or class business loan applicant. And this time, last time what we did, we just ended it here, but this time we'll pass parent class to this, or the class from which we want to fetch all the methods and variables, right? Okay. So you see it, you can see we have it here. And now we need to, let's say there is a new variable for this child class, or, and that is because in case of business loan we need a guarantor. Okay, so we'll define a variable business applicant one is equals to the class name business applicant. So create it, and now see what all, because this is a class, there is no such methods available here. So are we able to access all the methods of loan applicant? So let's see. So business applicant one dot, as you can see, all those methods of parent is available for this child class. So parent class is loan applicant, child class is business loan applicant. And when I created an object for business loan applicant, I can access KYC status, print application, loan amount, profession, last name, first name, and guarantor its own, class's own child class variable or child class attribute. Okay, so let me uh, do this print application info. Okay, but here I need to pass all those variables as well, right? So you can see, so once we have parent class and we want to access all the methods available there, we can do it. But as you remember, when I started the session, I told for each class there should be an init, right? So even it's a child class, so what is happening here? There is no init of this class using the parents. So what if, what, and then you may need to write methods here. You may need like to define more variables here. So we should have an init here as well. So what happens if I am defining init here? Let's see. Underscore init underscore self, and let me run it. Okay. So you can see type error init takes one positional argument, but five were given. Earlier it was working, but as soon as I added init here in the child class, it stopped working. So what happened now? It's not, this class is not using, this class is not using parents init method. Now it's using its own init method, and its init method, only one parameter is there, right? And we are passing multiple parameters. That's the reason how it happens. So now you need to tell this class that use parent init method. And how we can do that? It's simple. Just ask to use you use the parent class name loan applicant dot init, right? And pass the same parameters. Okay. So now this init method of child class is going to use init method from parent class. So we have first name, last name, profession, everything there. And now we have another new variable here, guarantor. So what we'll do, we'll pass all these along with guarantor. Guarantor, and then here guarantor, and you can use self again. So start, right? Okay. Let me run this and see now what's happening. We are creating again object of this child class, and we are calling print application info. So now see, print application info is not part of child class. Print application info is still part of the parent class. Okay. So see what happens. And this time I'm not only passing these four because it's accepting first name, last name, profession, loan amount, and then guarantor. Okay. So I will be passing guarantor's name, HDFC, and let me run it. You can see it's executed, but it's printing only four of the information. Why? Because in our parent, only these four information is being asked to print here. So now what we are supposed to do? Do we need to write a new method? Yes, you can write for your child. Or if you want to write a method with the same name, you can do that too. Same name, but different parameters. Same name, but different parameters, right? So let's do that. Fine, I'll use the same name. Print application info cells. I'll copy the whole. One second. First name, last name, profession, and copy. Print, and I'll just add another self dot guarantor. Okay, so see this function name which is coming from parent, and it's same. So let me execute it and see what happens. I have now changed the parameter. There are 6 parameters, and I'm executing it. Now it's printing. So what next? So this is how you can have you are calling a parent function here, but if you need, you can write your own method. You can define your own variable means child variable, and that's what the purpose is. So parent is common for all the child, and child they can have their own individual characteristics. Okay, all right. So moving to next. So this is one way you can do. What is another way people normally use? In that case, we can use. I'll comment this, and instead of this, we'll use the super keyword. So instead of class name, you can use super, right? And here in this case, let me run. All right. So it's working for either you can work with the class name or you can use the super keyword. In case of class, just use this stuff. In here, you're not, no need to use. So this is how you can access the methods and the attributes of the parent application. Let's create another object of this class. I'll just copy and create another one. And two, I will make it 60 and okay. All right. So after creating the object, we know it's gonna create with the guarantor as SDFC2. So let me change that. So I don't at the time of creating object, I have assigned guarantor as SDFC2, but I want to change it now. So how I can do that? Business applicant 2 dot guarantor is equals to, now guarantor is ICICI, and let's print this and see what it's, whether it's printing SDFC2 or, let me comment this. Right, so you can see it's printing ICICI. So this is how you can change at the runtime, and you can have steps to change the value of attributes, and you can use the same. But if you want that after creating an object, no one should be able to change the guarantor. They should not be able to change the guarantor. So how they can do that? That is a kind of encapsulation. That then outside class, no one can access that variable. And to do that, we have a simple keyword, not keyword. If you just place 2 underscore before guarantor, and now I'll just delete and I'll try to access the guarantor here. You can see there is nothing, it's not in the list. So as soon as you place 2 underscore before the attribute, you cannot access that outside class. And same thing is applicable for methods as well. So for example, right now you can see print applications info, but if you just define this with underscore underscore and just try to access that print application info, okay, and let me, okay, it's 2 times, so let me run and then you'll see what's happening. Okay, so it's not printing SDFC or it's not printing the last one. Actually, this is not accessible, and now this object is accessing parent's print application. Parent print application where we are printing 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so it's, that's how. So if you put this, and this is another way. If you don't, if you want to access parents, if you have method overriding implemented and you want to access parent, this is how you can do. Let me take it back. And so you know how to use encapsulation and how to change the property of uh, uh, or change the value of attribute of the object or variables, right? So, and there is another thing if you want to delete an object. And let me execute this one more time. And this time it's printing as DSC2. So now what I'll do after creating the object, I'll delete that object. DEL business applicant. So now what happened if we are executing this line? Business application to applicant to is not defined. So this is how you can use. So you can modify the value. You can delete an object. You can encapsulate just placing underscore underscore, right? And there is just one thing left that as I told, instead of self, we can use anything else. It's not required mandatory to use self all the time. So let me take copy this class and paste at the end, and I'll rename this. I'll just without self kind of thing. Because we need to. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll replace all self with some other. So replace self with, let's say I want to use me, or you can use anything else, whatever you want. So now there is no self, it's me, 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 me. So whatever you are passing here, you should use that. That is one thing, whether it's self, me, or you, or whatever. Now let me create an object of applicant without without self, loan applicant underscore without self, and let me call the friend not friend, first applicant dot print application info. Okay, and run it. Oh, it's coming from the previous one where I'm deleting. Let me comment this and run it. You can see we're able to print mark W, me employed, and enter. So it's printing. So self-employed, but I replaced self with me. Okay. So you can see we can use any words here. So these are the basics of classes and objects. Just practice this, repeat, and in case of any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thanks for watching and have a great time. Bye bye.